Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the long-awaited Chaos Predicts WrestleMania 33. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't done anything yet. So here goes. 13 matches. I thought this was going to be the WrestleMania of the multi-man or multi-person matches. Well, yes and no. Basically. I mean, it kind of worked out that way for some things, and other things, it didn't. Where I really thought it would. Let me start with the pre-show. I don't care about pre-show matches, but every one of these matches I care about. Some more than others. Well, one more than the other two. But anyway, in this order is how I think it'll play out. I wanted to do the entire card in the order I thought it would play out. But I can't. I would have to really sit down and really think about it, and I just don't have that much time. I'm just going to be honest. I've got too much on my plate as it is. But I will give you the order I think they'll go in the pre-show, because I think that's pretty simple to see. I think the Cruiserweight title starts off the pre-show, and I've got Austin Aries winning the title there. But I would not be surprised at all if Neville retained. I think that Neville has done such a great job at being that top-level heel in the Cruiserweight division that it wouldn't shock me, but I really think that Austin is going to take this after the time they've put into him since he's started his return to the ring after that injury from the orbital bone. I think the SmackDown Women's title will go next. No, I do not think. I think it's going to be just the 6 women that's announced. I don't think there's not going to be any kind of chicanery because it's on the pre-show. I've heard rumors of Kelly Kelly and Eve Torres. I even heard somebody say, or somebody on Twitter said something, what if Beth Phoenix come in and made a... No. I don't see it. No. Just no. And there's a lot of girls, if you watched the Hall of Fame earlier, Christy Hemme is in town. Candice Michelle's in town. We saw Kelly Kelly. I think that was Kelly Kelly that I saw. Eve Torres, she is there. Look, I don't see it. I see it just being the 6 women: Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, Naomi, Mickie James. Now all of a sudden I'm blanking. Natalya, Neidhart, and Carmella with James Ellsworth. And I see Naomi winning the title. Although I would not be completely surprised if Alexa retained the title. I've heard people scream out Mickie James. I've heard people scream out Becky Lynch. And I've heard people scream out, well, not scream out, but I've heard, the thought of Natalya. My gut, as a fan, wants to see Natalya win it. I honestly do, because she has never been a women's champion. She's been the Divas champion, but she was never a women's champion. And so I would like, just for her legacy, for her to be the women's champion. I don't think it's going to happen here. I hope that this goes into some kind of thing, hopefully, where Natalya can get it. And for the Battle Royal, there are 30 competitors in the Battle Royal. Really? Anyway. Braun Strowman. Dark Horse, Sami Zayn. On to the main show. I do think the ladder match will start the main card. I really think that. The Club versus Enzo and Cass versus Cesaro and Sheamus. And I've got Enzo and Cass climbing the ladder, winning the titles. John Cena and Nikki Bella versus Miz and Maurice. I got John Cena and Nikki winning it. But my true hope is, and again, if you watch the Hall of Fame, everybody was screaming for The Miz when John Cena came out to induct Kurt Angle. I really hope that the WWE swerves us somehow, and The Miz gets the win. I really, because it would just be so great for The Miz as this heel character that he is phenomenal at, to be able to say, I have faced John Cena twice at a WrestleMania, and I beat him both times. I just don't think it's going to happen. My gut tells me all day long that John Cena is going to win this. And I hope that they don't do the predictable thing where they storyline John Cena proposes to Nikki Bella. And I hope, by God, that doesn't happen. I don't think it ever will happen for real. Maybe it will, I don't know. But I would hope that just doesn't happen, period. No, it's too much. That's just too much. If they want to do it, have them do it like on, a backstage segment where it airs later on like a WWE Network exclusive or, something. Let's not have it on WrestleMania. It's just because that will take too much time. Something like that will take about 4 or 5 minutes that they could put on something else to devote more time to. The United States title, Chris Jericho defending against Kevin Owens. I've got Kevin Owens reclaiming here. It's no secret that Jericho's about to leave to go tour with Fozzy. I don't think that he's going to be done here. I think he's going to be around for probably another month. But I do really think that Kevin Owens is going to get the win here tomorrow night, or in 2 nights. The Raw Women's title, Bayley versus Charlotte versus Sasha versus Nia. I got Bayley winning. I think it's going to come down. I love the fact that this is an elimination match, and I think it's going to come down to Bayley and Sasha. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Bayley and Charlotte. So there you go. But I really think that Bayley needs this win. But maybe I'm wrong. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. I feel like AJ's going to win. I just, what does AJ losing to Shane here do for AJ? I feel like in the grand scheme of things that AJ just really needs a win. That he just really needs to be able to have a big win because, he beat Luke Harper on SmackDown and was supposed to be the #1 contender until they did all this chicanery with Randy Orton, and then so he did the job for Randy, which is fine. But AJ was so hot to end 2016, and it's just kind of went nose down in 2017, and I hate it. It's like they almost cut his legs off. I think if they put Shane McMahon over here without some kind of chicanery, and they can't do it really because Shane is a babyface and he's a general manager. Well, he's a babyface general manager, not general manager, but whatever. We just commissioner. We just can't have it. AJ's got to win here. The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for a couple of things. One, for Roman Reigns to get that heel push. And this is the right guy to do it against. Because he can beat The Undertaker, and I think he will. The Undertaker can ride off into the sunset and be done with his career, which I feel like he should have already been done with his career. But anyway, I hate the fact that The Undertaker's still not undefeated because it takes steam off a little bit with Roman beating him. But I don't think it takes that much off. I think it's still going to elevate Roman for him to go in and beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania in what is, is still The Undertaker's yard. It's still his playground on that stage of WrestleMania. So But they have to turn Roman Reigns heel for him to really elevate. I think keeping him babyface doesn't do that. The problem with it is Roman Reigns needs to be babyface unless, because Seth Rollins, who knows how injured he really is and how this match with Triple H is going to affect him, they got to have a top babyface. They can bring up Shinsuke, which I think they will, to put on Raw. They can bring up, whoever they want to. They can turn people babyface, but I think for Roman Reigns at the end of the day, he needs to be heel, and this needs to be the perfect, I think it is the perfect opportunity to turn him heel, full-fledged heel, by the way. Triple H versus Seth Rollins. I've heard a lot of talk about Samoa Joe, who is not in a match, being put into this match as because it's basically an unsanctioned match to help Triple H and to whatever, and then Finn Balor to come out and even the odds. I like it as a fan, as Chris Chaos, the creative genius mind, all-knowing guru. I really don't like it because I don't want anything to take away from this match, and that will take away because of Finn returning. It will take focus away from the actual match instead of it being where it needs to be on Seth, who I have going over, finally getting that hot win over his former mentor, leader, whatever. I don't want it to take away. So I wouldn't do it. Now with Joe, what do you do with Joe? I don't know. It sucks. I'm sorry. I hate to see it. But next year, as long as everything stays the way it is, I see Joe having a huge match. And let's hope, yes, I will say it, let's hope he goes ahead and has that match with Brock Lesnar next year. I'm all for it. I'll sign off on it right now. Chaos approved. The Intercontinental title match, which they're going to have to put in somewhere around the top of the card to give the audience a breather. I feel like that match will be a good breather match. The match, Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin, hasn't got as much play as I would say it should, but in any event, I feel like Baron Corbin gets the job done here, and he's getting a pretty good push, and I think he's coming along. He's still coming along. Dude's still green. That's fine. He's only going to get better with experience. Just like I've said many times about Nia Jax, she's only going to get better with experience, and this stage is going to help her. This stage, this match, this title is going to help Baron Corbin. It's going to elevate him to that next plateau. The WWE title match, I am torn on. I feel like Randy is going to win the title. I really do. I really feel like Randy is going to win the title. But my hope is still that the WWE will do the right thing and let Bray win it and keep the title. So my official prediction is Randy Orton, but I don't like it. This did not get the traction on SmackDown going into WrestleMania that it needed. This needed to be a featured segment. Lengthy segment. 5-10 minutes on every show. But they're doing differently with SmackDown than what they did with Raw. So it just kind of is what it is. And for the main event, which we all know was going to be the main event, I got Brock Lesnar winning the Universal title over Bill. So, there you have it. Those are my predictions. Enjoy them as you will. I will see you guys later. Chaos out.